Let's roll our next segue, Will, for
That's a
your
human
story.
thing.
Your story about
Let me get the
magnets.
nutrients. What do I get? What did I spin? Sorry, I was yappering.
You didn't spin anything. I spinned it. Mixed metaphor. Your story.
Mixed metaphor. Got it. Just writing it down, man, because I forget to write yours down sometimes. All right, then. We're going to do 2 stories. Get my glasses because I don't need them. We're going to talk about earthworms, and we're going to try to shorten this up. This story is kind of an interview more than it is a article. It's from NPR.org, and it's from Nathan Roth. Earthworms may offer clues in magnetic navigation. Yes, that's true. That's what it says. Scientists have known for decades that many animals use Earth's magnetic field for navigation. It's less clear how they do it. A new study suggests earthworms may be a good way to figure out. Yeah, because the earthworms don't have eyes or anything. You basically got to figure out how they're navigating. Scientists have known for decades that some animals use Earth's magnetic field as for navigation. Think of it as an internal GPS, but how it all works remains unclear. NPR's Nate Roth reports a new study which suggests earthworms may help provide an answer. I will go ahead and opine that humans also have this innate ability to find their way home. However, we've suppressed it by technology. And again, we are separating ourselves from animals by being less clever than they are. It's not going to work, man. Eventually, technology is going to ruin us. But here we go. We're going to talk about his interview with behavior ecologist. Man, that's an easy word. I know I'm having trouble with it. Yanni Vortman, research into magnetoreception, which we'll talk about in his interview. So, the first question he asked him why he got into earthworms, his answer was, I got into earthworms because I was kind of frustrated with birds, actually. Birds were doing you dirty or what? Birds were like border collie. You try to do an experiment with them and they jump towards the light and a lot of things really interfere with them. I don't know, if you have a dog, I do have a dog, then you know that you can try to train him to do something, but when he hears the noise, he's going the other direction, and birds are like flying dogs. Earthworms are less distractible. They don't have eyes or ears. And when you try to determine how a species chooses where to go and what sense they're using to make that decision, it's easier when there are fewer inputs. So with worms, the intuition of most biologists is that worms move randomly. They don't really navigate. But Vortman, who works at the Tel Hay Academic College in northern Israel, says when you consider that to move, earthworms have to literally eat dirt, expending a lot of energy. Then, of course, they don't move randomly. And then they need to navigate somehow, and the magnetic sense is the perfect thing if you navigate underground. The magnetic sense, magnoreception, if we want to be fancy, is the animal's ability to detect Earth's magnetic field. Scientists have found that all sorts of animals, not humans, but sea turtles, sharks, salamanders, and birds, just to name a few, have this internal compass, this sixth sense. Again, humans probably have it, but we don't need it, so we don't use it. And if you have a skill that you don't use, a perception you don't use, it does not register as a perception. Blind people have a stronger sense of touch, for instance, than your normal person. Why? Because they have to be sharper. But somehow, amazingly, it's the only sense that we don't know where is the sensor, says Vortman. In other words, and we're back to Roth talking. In other words, we know the eyes are for seeing, ears for hearing. So what are they using to detect magnetic fields? Scientists have many theories. Maybe it is biochemical reactions detecting magnetism. Maybe it's electroreceptors. It's all very heady. Vortman's current hypothesis for worms is a symbiotic magnetic bacteria, which he says is for another paper and for another discussion. Wow, that's an interesting theory. But he says the paper he just published in the journal Biology Letters showing that worms have this magnetic sense too could help scientists answer the broader questions. Many things that we cannot do with birds and sea turtles, we can do with earthworms. For example, if you want to sample 40 sea turtles to understand how they are navigating, it's difficult and expensive. if you want to sample 40 earthworms, I don't know, you can go to the next fishing store, right? That's right. They are ubiquitous, cheap, and as we know it, a heck of a lot easier to work with than birds. Nate Roth, NPR News. There's your story from Nate Roth.
It ain't rough.
NPR News. Yeah, right on, man. I read an interview, but he was interspersing narration with the old flair of
course,
NPR.
as somebody who's dug up worms as a kid, and any person who's been outside after it rains, the planet can lead a worm to water, but can't make it swim.
Ching. Oh wow! There we go with the bed.
There's your mixed metaphor there.
Delayed. There you go. Man, I'm slow.